mean, it's very sleek and light.
Yeah.
God, that's a lot of horsepower.
Yeah, but I drive like an old man, so.
You really do, don't you?
I do, man.
I do too. I go so slow.
I literally have that thing up that tells me my miles per hour as your pedals down, and my goal is to get it up to 27.
I'm zippy. I am.
I drive with my hair on fire.
Hey, you and Ted.
Ted drives like a maniac.
I don't think
Ted's out
I'm
of your
crazy.
his mind.
I don't think I'm crazy.
He doesn't even fucking know. You get into the car with him, you just fucking white-knuckled holding on for your life.
What are you talking
Tom
about?
feels
You
good.
drive like a fucking maniac.
He feels good.
I don't care what you
Oh, I
say.
do not.
You do!
For us.
How do you play right now?
Why not? And after
How do I figure
I
that?
don't.
Because when I get out of your car, I'm sweating.
I admit I drive pretty wild. But you know what? I've been driving for 54 years. I've never had a ticket and never put a scratch in a car.
Don't say it.
God, you just fuck yourself.
I know.
Jinx, double jinx.
54 years, no ticket. I started driving when I was 14.
How does this guy get no tickets? Holy cow.
I've gotten
It's gonna be
stopped.
this month or August?
Yeah. From now through
What is
August.
it?
And most of the time I'm driving some pretty wild hot rods like that truck with 650 horse I drive.
Put it in here. Hold on.
Yeah, that's
650 horsepower with supercharger and a 6-speed transmission. That's wild.
Which one's that?
That little white truck.
Yeah. What is it called?
Or
What is it, a Ford?
No, it's just a little Chevy C10.
That's it, a Chevy.
Short
I've
bit.
seen it out there.
Yeah.
You just custom the shit out of it.
Yeah, but it's got a 650 horsepower Corvette with a supercharger in it and a 6-speed manual transmission. It's fast.
The fastest thing I've ever seen with a Corvette engine was a fucking Chevy Monza. These fucking idiots took a full-blown LS1 or whatever it was back then and put it in a little fucking, literally a Monza.
Yeah. I got that new little Chevy SSR I bought has an LS2 in it. Corvette LS2. Comes that way.
How about these new ones? This fucking 225 miles per hour. They start at 60K. I'm sure. What do you think they are? 75?
We're on the list for real. I mean, are you real now? You're real for this, right?
Maybe, man. I just bought a new car. Maybe.
This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Okay, you gotta let me know. I'm probably a real myself.
How much are they?
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Maybe.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. What's going on with you today? You know, I love doing this show because I get to talk to people each and every day. For like 40 years, more than 40 years if you count outside of Denver. So when you talk to people every single day about problems, questions, complaints, buying, selling, griping, you get to know people. You get to know trends. You get to know things. You get to know what to avoid, where the problems are. You even get to know what motivates people or why they are unmotivated in certain circumstances. I want to talk today about a waiver I'm going to ask you all to sign before you can listen to the show. Just kidding. I want to talk about waivers. I do, about something here. First, I want to bring you up to date. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. As a business person, I wouldn't say he's the best in the world, but as a person he is, and therefore as a real estate expert, I would use no one else. 303-920-1622, whether you're buying or selling real estate. Now, my endorsements don't come loosely. I truly believe in people I endorse. Today, from the referral list we have on K&H Home Solutions, I think going on 30 years maybe I've known these guys. It has to be near that. So what's going on? Let's talk. Now, K&H Home Solutions, if you have questions, yes, no, or that you just might hear him chime in. I have Ted with me. He's the owner, and I remember when Ted took over the company years ago from Henry, the founder. And then Nick is their marketing manager. So let's talk about waivers. When should you sign one and when shouldn't you sign one? First of all, there's two kinds of waivers and disclaimers. There's ones you do beforehand and ones you do afterwards. For example, oh, by the way, 303-713-TALK. And if you're listening live, we're online. You can instant message us, Facebook, YouTube. But you can also, if you're listening to a podcast, 303-MARTINO is good 24/7 anywhere. 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. Have you ever had something where you have a problem, let's say in an apartment? your furniture gets wet. You got some, I don't know, the apartment house had a bad roof or a sewer line. So you want damages, and they say, okay, we'll pay you. And they come up with an amount, but then they say you have to sign this release or disclaimer or waiver. And they're all basically the same. What they say is, I agree that if you pay these damages, I'm not going to come after you for these damages.
Nor am I going to say anything negative about you.
Now, I don't think that kind of disclaimer or that kind of, waiver is wrong. There's nothing wrong with it, in my opinion, okay? Because they are settling. I mean, they don't want to settle and have you come after them again. They just don't want that. And I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. So many people have a problem with that. Now, what I do mind, you have to look at all times, you have to look at scope. Ted, do you know what scope is?
Yeah, that's
like if you had a refund,
it covers whatever you're assigning for.
It should be, but let's say, for example, you've probably had problems you've settled in the past. I mean, you've been in business for so long.
Sure.
And you ask them to release you, right?
Correct.
I mean, if you're going to pay, release you.
Right.
Sometimes the consumer's wrong. They want too much. Sometimes you might have made a mistake. It doesn't matter. You want to put an end to it. Okay.
Right. We're not perfect.
But you don't write in your release any and all claims now and forever. Right? For this incident, yes, but not forever. I would never sign one like that out of scope. For example, if a company says, oh, yeah, we'll pay you this damage. You fell on the floor in the supermarket. Well, you can never bring a claim against us. Really? What if you're in there one time and the store manager walks up and shoots your kid in the head? I mean, obviously...
I don't think they'd be able to hold that.
Well, of course not, but it's one more hurdle. What I'm saying is make sure that when you sign these, they're within scope, and you check with attorneys all the time when you're signing stuff like this. But I don't mind a settlement statement if you're getting a settlement. Here is where I detest waivers. Oh, my God. I detest them. All right. Think about it. You put money down on a product or service. You wait 3 months. No product, no service. You're a little pissed off. You say, where's my product? I'm getting it. Now, I want my money back. Then they say, okay, but to get your money back, you have to sign a waiver. Now, that is BS, because that's your money. They did nothing. Why should you get
You don't have to sign it, though, Tom.
No,
you can sue them and win.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying, how many times have we had that? They offer people what is rightfully theirs anyway. It's not a settlement. It's their money. And they want a waiver to get their money back. I mean, that's ridiculous. And you have like Jim Weiss, 44th Avenue Auto, or 44th Avenue, whatever the hell the name of the place is. Jim Weiss in, where is he, in Watkins or somewhere up there?
Who knows where the weasel is now, but it was around Watkins.
And he's on sleazbrigade.com along with a bunch of others. But in any case, what they do is they take your car, take your money, don't do the work,
and then charge you to get it back.
Then charge you to get it back, and you're thanking him. He says, oh, well, I'll reduce it to this. In other words, he just frustrates people so much that they just want their car back.
He'd have the average person's car, it seemed, for over a year.
Yeah.
And did nothing.
It's a mode that's worked for him. It's supported him. I don't think he's ever done a job. Ted?
Well, it's a pain to go out and sue somebody, and that's what they count on.
Yeah.
That you're not going to go down that road.
That's right. 303-713-TALK is our number. 303-713-8255. So, a disclaimer also. When you are a homeowner and you have a trampoline, a swimming pool, whatever, it's called an attractive nuisance. You have to actually be proactive to keep that from the neighbors. Now, if kids want to use it and you have their parents sign a waiver, or you want to do a waiver, I give an example as a waiver. For example, if you're going horse riding. Now, the law builds in certain protections. This might be a bad example, but let's just say you sign something saying the owner not responsible for any loss or damages while here. Basically, it's general. You sign it, the owner punches you in the mouth. What I'm getting at is that you have to be realistic. If you have a waiver at your home, and the neighbors sign it, and they let their kids use the trampoline, and your trampoline is bad, absolutely bad, and you didn't maintain it, sometimes they can go past those disclaimers. You know, they just go right past them and say, even though I signed it, you were negligent. And we've, you know, John Fuller, attorney at law, who's a personal injury attorney, he has in the past, he has fought that. And he has won, you know, where people think, oh, I can't sue, I signed a waiver. But you can sue. 303-713-TALK. You know, I don't know what this is, it might be in the stars. Every once in a while, it's just like a weird thing. Every once in a while, for some reason, the lines are open. And that's a good thing for you if you want to get through. It doesn't happen often, maybe once or twice a month, and I'm trying to figure out if it correlates with anything or if there's anything wrong, because usually we either have full lines or we more than full.
You know, back to waivers real quick.
Yes.
It made me think of something. We had a caller, it's been a couple years, but he had something bounce out of the back of a truck and crack his windshield. And he said he wrote down his license plate, everything. But he said he couldn't do anything because the truck had a sign on it that said not responsible for things falling out of the truck.
Well, of course,
and
that's ridiculous.
And he bit into that. Like, he agreed to that by getting behind the guy.
If they warn you, like, stay behind so many feet, that still doesn't necessarily hold up, but it's better than nothing. Now, you have an obligation to cover a load or to keep your car sound. However, if you're riding down a road and there's a road hazard and it flies up and hits somebody, people think, well, that rock flew up and hit my windshield. Well, that's not that driver's fault. If it comes from the driver's pickup bed, that might be different. But if you're just driving along and things happen, they're not collisions and they're not responsible for that. I will take all of your calls immediately right after this.
This report is sponsored by your local Ford store.
We should do paintball within the office. That would be.
You're right in our new office.
No. Get it to all the people.
I think on the drop,
Our new 10 by 5.
Ted, remember you smart enough to...
You meant to load something, but I think you were taking it from to be loaded.
Took it out for my son's birthday, and one of the kids
I just want to make
took the
sure
other kid
before
right
I
up and
do.
No,
it was, I think it's Dr.
scream at
Kelly. If
No,
you look at the
you can't be
Dropbox,
doing that.
My paintball
They're
gun
like
has
12 years
a
old.
okay,
good
and
laser
you
sight on it.
mistakenly,
You
I
have
think you
one
were
of
probably
laser
dragging
sights?
Yeah,
to
but
the
well,
loaded.
what we were using it
And
for
then-
is we had
okay,
trouble with
good.
raccoons.
Oh, okay.
They come in the pond
It'd be
and kill
so
all the
fucking
koi,
messy, though.
and they're
Well, a lot of times they don't bust.
what's that?
You know,
Shit, I had a
the
lot
ball.
bust on me.
Well, the ones we have a white.
Fix it 24/7. FixMyHome.com. If you have a problem with anything in your home, with plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, you can call them immediately. FixMyHome.com, 720-526-3939. Now listen, for $39, they'll find any problem. If it's an emergency, they'll get to you quickly. But if it's something you want to find, it's worth the wait. Because for $39, they will find the problem. And they'll tell you exactly what it will take to fix it. And that'll only cost you $39, never a penny more. And here's the real deal. If, in fact, you decide to have the work done, they apply the $39, so you don't pay it twice. And they also do free second opinions for major repairs. So if you're told, and you have an estimate for a furnace, a water heater, or a panel change, something major, they will give you a free second opinion. And as I say, with second opinions, you can never go wrong. 720-526-3939.
I bought a gallon bucket of paintballs there for killing birds.
Oh, really?
So they're extra. Yeah, when you're.
Do they even bust? They even got paint
Sometimes
on
they
them?
don't, but when they
What's
do
that?
bust
For birds.
for killing birds, they're problematic. Anyway, the paintballs are white on the inside and they're dark gray outer case. So when they do break, they look like bird poop.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so you don't get caught. Sure.
Centeno Schultz is the stem cell
But
clinic
because they're made extra hard, you don't want to shoot a person with them.
therapy. If you are looking for a stem cell clinic, go
I gotta
to
get a
Dr.
stupid
Chris
pole
Centeno.
for our
He's
bird
the
feeder.
first one
No matter
to
where I
use
put this
stem
fucking
cell
thing, these
clinic.
black squirrels get to it. It is fucking unbelievable. They drop down on like a rope that's 4 feet on a tree, 20 feet up.
Why do you got a rope on a tree?
Medical clinics.
Well, it's
They bring
actually
their own rope.
it's actually
They bring-
wire.
They bring their own ropes.
And I gotta hang it with a pole. I got this 20-foot
And
pole.
they'll come down the wire?
They'll fucking somehow they come down the wire, land on it, and then eat it. It's fucking amazing.
There's a lady in England who made an obstacle course for squirrels because she had a bird feeder, same thing. Anyway, she kept adding on to the back end of it, you know. And you ought to see this obstacle course these squirrels go through. They go upside down, they ride a little cart, they...
Oh, I watched this one guy, he's hanging off the bottom, eating the bird seed, and remember, this is actual bird, what do you call it, sunflower-like
Yeah.
seeds. So they gotta crack it open, eat it. He's sitting there just eating for like an hour.
They're fun to watch.
You ought to find that video of that lady in England with the squirrel, I think it's called Squirrel Obstacle Course. It's really long, and it's amazing to watch. I mean, the squirrels have figured out how to run this whole
I
obstacle
love
course.
watching squirrels.
Oh, God, man.
They're acrobats.
There's so many of them.
Yeah.
Get an Afghan hound.
They really have no fear. They jump from tree to tree. But these aren't even like good-looking squirrels. These are weird-looking, like, they're solid black with pointy
Tusked deer,
ears.
those are forest squirrels.
Yeah, they're really bizarre looking.
Yeah, they live in pine trees.
Yeah, that's exactly where they live.
We used to have an Afghan hound. And
This month,
they can
what?
run 15 feet up a tree.
Ooh.
They just run up the tree and actually literally run up it.
No, I think they're...
Squirrel run about 10 feet up the tree and stop to turn around and chatter at the dog.
Oh, that's what I really like. Is they'll sit there... My
Yeah.
dog will just sit up there.
Well,
Like,
yeah, but an Afghan hound will go click and clean it right off the tree.
oh, really?
Oh, they can jump an 8-foot fence. If you ever see one when they're wet, you know, they don't have fur, they actually have hair. Their hair is used for human weight. It's almost identical to human hair. Afghan hound, they're really different. There wasn't any Afghan hounds here until 1933, and Marx brothers were given a gift from the Queen of England. How they got here?
Are there any conditions?
We had them, and their hair's wet. They're just a greyhound underneath with wider hips.
I'd like to build a squirrel obstacle course.
Find that one in England.
Here's one. Here's a
Is that the
YouTube
one in
one. I don't
England?
know if it's in England.
This might be that one. Yeah, I think it is.
They figure it out.
clothesline.
It doesn't matter. They figure it out.
Well, I mean, they're trying to do this to see what they can go through.
Yeah, I
You put
know.
one obstacle up, and then when they work that out, you put one in front of it.
They should hook some kind of blowtorch up.
Don't have to way around it.
They are smart little fuckers.
They are. They are.
Oh, they figure.
normally do 25 off, just an additional 15.
Look at that. It jumps up there.
Yeah.
It's got that little thing there.
What do they have to do in that? Weave in and out?
So full retail.
Oh, I got to get around it. Okay, they're gonna have to weave in and out.
Are you saying he's not following the rules?
Okay, so then we can say
He's got to go in and out of that.
40% off.
That's no big deal, huh?
It would be accurate.
Let's go.
Fun.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Okay, let's get in and talk. Teresa, what's going on with you, Teresa? Welcome.
Oh, hello. How are you doing, Tom?
Good. What's going on? This sounds really weird.
Oh, this is bad.
What's
Tom.
going on?
Okay, I live in a little RV park here. At
Mhm.
56th and Federal in Denver, and that's in Adams County.
What's the name of the park?
It's Deluxe RV Park and Motel, 5520 North Federal Boulevard.
Deluxe RV and Motel. So what's going on with it?
Well, the managers decide that she'd rather side with the homeless and the criminal than the decent person paying the rent.
What do you mean by that? I don't understand what that means.
You know, a common area. That's where you drive through and everybody uses the road.
Right, yes.
Well, people park in there, and a fire truck's not going to be able to get in here when one of these little RVs catch on fire. We've had 2 fires this year in this park.
Okay. You're complaining because the manager or whoever is allowing...
He's managing the park.
Is what?
She's mismanaging the park to the degree that people are unsafe here.
Because but then you said something about homeless.
Well, yeah, we have a homeless problem here, and they have a right to live. Don't get me wrong, I'm not attacking the homeless here.
But what do you mean a homeless problem at an RV park? Are they taking RVs in there, or are they camping in there on their own?
Oh, we have a communal restroom, and we have a guy living in the...
Oh, I see. You're saying that some homeless people have taken up residence in your common area.
Yeah, in my common area, and when I go to use the common area, I go in there and I'm called all kinds of names.
Okay, give me an example of a common area. The restroom would be one, and so there's a common restroom.
Laundry room.
Laundry room, what else?
Way to get in and out of here.
And so, is this a park where people live monthly, or is this a day-by-day where they put campers? What kind of an RV park?
Both. It's both.
And what do you have?
I have well, actually, it's my son's.
You have is it a camper or a trailer or a mobile home?
I have a fifth wheel.
Okay, and are you living in that fifth wheel?
Yes.
Okay, and so you use the restroom there, or you use the laundry room, and you're verbally assaulted, you say?
Yeah. I got pictures of the guy coming out of the restroom this morning in his bicycle. He woke up to do his day. I was going to go in there and take a shower, but I couldn't because he came out of there cursing and yelling that I couldn't take his photograph. Because I took his photograph so I could give it to the nice police officer.
But that person using the restroom is not a resident.
I don't know why he would need a bicycle inside a bathroom that's used for shower.
But is he a resident?
I don't know. I'm not the landlord. I don't have access to that.
So what are you complaining about? You don't like the people you're living near? Is that really what it boils down to?
I'd be pretty pissed. There's homeless people everywhere.
If it was, I don't know. I mean, are they homeless or are they residents? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
What? Well, actually, it's about no one's safe here.
No one what?
If you create an unsafe environment, it's not about just my rights.
But what's you're entitled at an RV park or whatever, a trailer park. You're entitled to safe use of the premises, but I still don't get a grip on what you're complaining about. You have a trailer space. You have a place to put your fifth wheel. They're not denying you that. You have utilities or whatever. So you don't like the other people there. Unless you're telling...
It's not about... Tom, I think we're missing the point.
Yeah, what?
It's not about my rights specifically. What about the little girl that's living here that's not safe?
I'm asking, though, if you don't like... Are you saying they're literally letting homeless in to live there free and use all the common area, or is it other residents? I need to figure it out.
Well, I think that they're allowing homeless people to live on the property.
How do you know? I mean, did you talk to the manager about it?
Oh, yeah. She always...
And what does she say? Does she say, yes, Teresa, we invite the homeless here to take up our space and our restrooms? We like that.
Well, that's a leading question, sir. Of course she's not going to say that.
Obviously. But have you asked? About the problem?
I didn't ask her directly if the homeless people live there for free. She's probably going to say no.
Okay, then why are they there? Why don't you call the cops?
Oh, yes. I've called the police.
And?
And I've reported the yelling and screaming out in the street. That's not peaceably assembling if you're out there calling your girlfriend all kinds of nasty names.
All right.
The management should do something if what she's describing is right.
We'll call the management. Let's have somebody call the management. Just give them a quick call, right on the show. There's nothing long-term we can do, but ask the management what the hell they're doing at Deluxe RV and Motel. I don't know. I mean, we'll look into it, all right? And this is this Kirkisha?
Yes.
Hi, what's going on?
Hi, okay, Tom Martino. I've been a fan of yours for a long time.
Thank you.
You've helped me a lot in the past.
What's going on?
Okay, so I've been in my house since 2013. I had a mouse infestation. You helped me with that.
Now, is this a home or an apartment or a duplex or what?
It's It's an apartment. I've had heating issues, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so back in 2018, I want to say June or July, when they started putting out notices for a remodeling. They're supposed to remodel.
Okay.
So they told us pack up our stuff, put it in boxes. I did all that. I've been living out of boxes since July of 2018. They kept pushing the date back. So I want to say towards the end of 2018, they finally came through and they did the renovation. Okay, so during this renovation, they replaced a lot of things in my home: appliances, carpets, all kinds of stuff.
That's good.
Recently they had replaced the heating vents. The guy did let me know that he, for one, he came in and he did a crappy job. They did a crappy job with the remodeling. They did a crappy job with the heating vents. My walls, their paint is messed up. Okay, but that's not even the problem. Okay, so...
What is the problem today?
I'm living with mold in my house. There's mold. I've called the office about it.
Where did the mold come from?
The guy, when he did the heating vent, he broke a water valve in my room. He did let me know.
Okay, so the water flooded where or leaked into where?
In my room.
Where?
In my room.
Into the wall? Into the floor?
On the floor,
into the ceiling?
On the walls. Like it's attached to the wall, so the wall, all around the wall is molded.
Now, when you look at this mold, does it look black, green, what color, red?
It's a blackish. I have black mold in my bathroom. There's black mold in my carpet. I don't know exactly how far it is.
We're not now. Obviously, no one wants mold. However, I want to tell you that not all mold is toxic. I mean, you know, it really isn't. The toxic mold is very rare. However, I'm not suggesting you live with it either. Hold on.
This is Denver's Talk.
More squatters and RVers, it says about this place. I mean, these fucking reviews are unbelievable.
And the thing
this one says hookers walk the park and they actually knock on the door offering. Well, you know what.
Right? First.
Canvassers.
Yeah,
cookies?
exactly.
Cookies?
Cookies. Girl Scout cookies.
Okay, so 15% off. So I'm going to say normally.
Good news there. Southbound a bit slow, just south by 70. Westbound I-70 a bit stop and go in the elevated portion.
He said the owner, the local cop said the owner of the RV park also owns the seedy motels and trailer houses surrounding it.
This is the Teresa deal?
Yeah, this is where I'm sending Dan on a all encompassing vacation package.
Teresa won't take her tin hat off long enough to even tell me a phone number.
Really?
She won't what?
She doesn't want help. She won't take her tin hat off long enough to call.
Well, there's a bunch of it's not very nice.
Oh my, the reviews are unbelievable.
What?
What's the name of the place?
Deluxe RV.
They own the place across the street too, where that great
QCcolorado.com. That's a whole house fan, and I have one in my home, and I absolutely love it. QCcolorado.com. Why do I love it? Because first of all, it saves energy. It gives me fresh, cool air into my home when used properly, of course, and then it pushes the hot air out of my attic. So all of these things combined give you lower AC bills, and they give you cool, beautiful nights and mornings, even in the middle of the day, to get that heat out of the attic. Helps you. You have savings, comfort, health, ventilation. They're eco-friendly, great for pet owners as well, because it gets rid of all that dander. QCcolorado.com. Installation can take an hour or less, and it's all remote controlled, no digging into the walls for wiring. 720-398-4510. 720-398-4510.
The new owner isn't the thief. The manager and the daughter are. If you give them dope, you can do anything you want.
Oh, well,
that's fair deal.
People need to understand.
Is this the woman saying this or what? I got to do another spot.
It's just more. It's just these reviews are unbelievable.
They own the place.
Talk now.
They own the place across the street where the 50-foot cowboy is.
Oh, is that the place? Okay.
Yeah, that
You know
concrete.
what I love? There's one place
So
called
really,
Flying Saucer.
so they're just doing barter.
Or there used to be a Flying Saucer trailer park.
Yep.
Where's that?
I don't know, somewhere in Denver on Federal.
I wanted to buy that one in Castle Rock, man. I love that trailer park.
Fuck all the place.
I want a fucking trailer park, man. We should go have one.
To call from anymore.
They're so hard to find. So hard to find a good one.
Make one.
If you do a nice one, I mean a nice one, man. Just keep it clean, keep the riffraff out, make a fucking fortune.
Well, the dealers will fill them up immediately for you.
Yeah.
They have nowhere to put them. That's their hang-up.
Dealers.
American Restoration 24/7. Keep that name, because if you have a property trauma, flood, storm, mold, or worse, chemical, toxins, asbestos, meth, lead, they will stop the further deterioration, help you clean up, and even rebuild. AmRest247.com. This is an area of many, many ripoffs. That's why I highly recommend you go with these guys. AmRest247.com, 8337 AMRest. 8337 AMRest.
A-plus hardwood floor summer sale is going on now with up to 60%.
What do you mean the dealers will fill them up, Tom?
What's that?
The people that sell
dealers that sell motor trailers have
homes.
nowhere to put them. So the only way they
Instead of letting credit, do you want that one? 18.
The people that actually sell
the only way
But they'll have someone live in it?
no. What I'm saying is that dealers, when they sell a new home, have nowhere to put it. So that's why they go to mobile home parks and say, hey, if you give me a space, I'll pay you a premium on top of your rent. They give them a kicker of $5,000 or something. Here's why. There's a lot of old things in there, and owners of RV parks or trailer parks want to get rid of the old trailers because they look like shit and they're not paying enough, and they want to get newer ones in there that pay higher. So every time you're in a trailer park, you constantly are fighting management after a few years because they want to find reasons to get rid of you.
If you have a shitty old
If
trailer.
you opened up a new one, every dealer in town would buy the spots immediately or tie them up.
And then hopefully someone buys the thing with all
Or
the
better
spot.
yet, you know what you do?
Well, absolutely.
You go in and buy all the fucking, you make a deal with them. You go in and buy all brand new units and then just rent.
Yeah, you do that, but I'd rather just rent the land and provide utilities.
Yeah.
I was going to do that one time in Pueblo.
No, I think it'd be a good, if you manage it right.
It's a no-brainer. You'll fill it up, and as soon as you do it, you'll fill it up.
And then you can also do it, if you guys want a shed, we build a shed or you know, put it in there, this is this type of shed you want to do.
And the best is condominiumized, where you sell the lots. And then what you do is just collect residual as you sell the lots.
Like an HOA?
You finance them, no management fee. Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. K&H Home Solutions with us in the house, and we'll be telling you about a special on their siding, which I say Everlast Siding is the best siding anywhere, and I truly mean that. So we'll be talking about that if you want a discount, and it's going to start when I say it. So if you're looking for siding, at least listen to this deal. Okay, now, Kirkisha has mold. We got to figure out if it's poisonous. It's really up to her. Now, even if it's not poisonous, it's unsightly, okay? I'm not saying you got to live with it. But if it's poison or if it's black and toxic, that gives her way more ammunition. But you have to do that on your own dime. You have to have somebody come and test it. Or you simply put in a complaint, see what they do. But you're saying they're slow to act, right, Kirkisha?
Yes, I've been complaining about it for a while. I mean, I told him the day that this guy came in and told me that this is what had happened. He told me, he reassured me that he would be back the next day because he was working on this whole building and that he would fix the problem.
Did they fix the water? That's the first thing. Take away the food supply. So the water is still leaking.
The water's still leaking. I've monitored it. I've marked my carpet to where it started at, and I've marked my carpet to where it ends at.
Where is it leaking from?
It's from underneath it's like a baseboard, and it's underneath my window, right underneath my window.
So the window is leaking from rain, probably.
No. It's absolutely from the wall. The guy said that he had tried to fix it and that he would be back to complete the work.
So is there a
he never
pipe?
Came back.
Is there a pipe in the wall?
There's a pipe in the wall. He said that he broke it because that was the only way he could fix it. It was corroded, so he said that he would come back, he would fix it.
All right,
And I've monitored
Kirkisha, the only ammunition you have, is to write them a letter and threaten to break your lease. Are you on a lease?
Yes, and I don't feel like I should have to, like,
I know.
I've been threatened with eviction.
I'm not telling you we
complaining.
won't help, but what I'm telling you is a constructive eviction is your weapon. I'm not saying you want to do that. See, it's a renter, it's a landlord's market because there are so many renters that there are so many bad landlords now because they don't have to do anything. So here it is in a nutshell. If you want to get action, if you wrote a letter saying, I need to get rid of this mold, the pipe is still leaking, if it's not fixed within, and give them like 5 days or address within 5 days, you are invoking a constructive eviction. You look it up online, or we can help you, or get an attorney to help you. But what it is, you're threatening to break your lease and to get damages because you need to move. I know you don't want to do that, but that's the only thing we can do to get their attention. Now, we can call them as well, but here, do they have anyone working on it at all, or are they just going to let it keep leaking?
No, they have no one working on it at all. As a matter of fact, we had a manager. We've been going through faulty managers for years. They've been embezzling
What's the name
money.
What's the name of the management company?
PK Management. There's a lot of lawsuits happening against them. I am one that is going to try to pursue a lawsuit because I've been living with these conditions since
I understand,
2013.
but Kirkisha, you can't go back to 2013 because you didn't do anything about it. You have to start now. You have to document it. And if you want a lawsuit, the easiest way is a constructive eviction and go to small claims court for the cost of your move and all of that. But you have to take it one step at a time. We can call PK Management. Listen, we've been spending a lot of time just calling management companies like the hotel. Okay, Deputy Clint, what did Deluxe RV? Did you get a hold of anybody or not?
Yeah, I sure did.
Okay, what did they say?
Teresa's a nut.
That's what they said?
Yep.
Okay. Teresa's a nut. In other words, because Teresa says there's a lot of homeless people living there, they deny it. There's not. What do you do like that? She's living in a trailer park. She's saying she doesn't like it anymore because there is a homeless man in the restroom with a bicycle, and there are other people roaming around, and so she thinks the park should do something about it.
And they've been trying to. They said it's horrible how many homeless people they have wandering through there.
Every review I read is the same, man.
Terrible.
Oh, they're not only terrible, but they're basically saying the homeless are everywhere.
Not
Hookers,
just hold on.
Everything.
So wait a minute. It's not just Teresa saying.
It's not just the nut. It's other people.
No, really. So they're confirming your story. But okay. So what do you do if you have a problem with the homeless? What do you do?
I don't know what you're allowed to do anymore. It's private property. You would think the cops would show up.
Okay, I'm going to tell you a true story about this. I owned some property downtown years ago in my heyday when I had real estate. Before the recession. Okay, there was an old, what do you call the side-by-sides? I mean, a row housing, okay? It was all boarded up and stuff because we were going to develop that land commercially, and it was fenced off. Homeless people would break in, and I hate to just say homeless people, they're people, right? They wanted a place to stay. They would break in and go inside and literally set up camp. Fires, everything. Okay, the city says, you know, do not do this, right? I'm not doing it. I go down there and reinforce it again, and they break in. So, but the city looks at the owner and say, you have to take care of this, obviously, right? Okay, what do I do? So Westward does, you know, because they're schlock. They write an article, Hotel Martino or something, about how I am, listen, renting to the homeless. I didn't rent anything. I was trying to keep them out. And they were literally breaking in. And they made it sound like I was taking advantage like a slumlord of all these people. And I tried and tried. Finally, I had to hire a company to knock it down, to just knock it down, raise it, clear it, years ahead of my schedule, but that's what I did. Cleared it out, fenced it up, problem solved. But what I'm getting at is there's nothing you can do. First of all, they're people. You can't spray an insecticide or you know, put watchdogs down to tear them apart.
Junkyard dogs.
No, you can't. What do you do? I mean, we talk about the homeless like it's a zombie invasion. But
it is in some areas. You've seen LA.
But we're talking about people.
It is a zombie invasion.
I know, but we're talking about people. You can't shoot them. And you know, what do you do, really? This trailer park, it's not the trailer park's fault. It's not. if they keep wandering in common areas, do you know that one Gates building that used to be before they started redeveloping
Gates
it down
Rubber, yeah,
on Broadway, right?
Yep. It's huge.
They had to hire full-time staff 24 hours a day to keep it from being overrun with homeless, and they would still find people in the nooks and crannies setting up household. So if anybody has a solution, let me know. I don't think we can do anything about it. I'd like to call, though, on this one, okay, for this mold. Just ask them what they're going to do, and ask Keisha to send us some photographs, all right? Robert, welcome. What's going on, Robert?
Hey, Tom.
Hey, man.
I got a question.
Yes.
Me and my wife like to buy cars, and we were wondering how many we can buy and then resell in a year without being called licensed dealers.
Okay, I think it's 4, but...
It is 4.
It is 4. Okay, 4 in a year. Is that right, Mark?
Yes.
Okay, but
Is that
what
a
if...
calendar year or year?
Yeah, well, I think it's a calendar year. Who cares? I mean, I think it's 4 in a 12-month period, but who knows?
I'm not sure if they even police it, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know if they police it either. But, Mark, I think if you got a complaint, that would happen. But, Mark, what if you just bought cars as a person and sold them? That's different, right? You're just buying them for yourself, truly buying them because you're a rich guy with nothing better to do. What happens?
Never done it.
Hey, actually, it would behoove them to get a license. You don't pay sales tax. You just keep passing it on. Hey, Robert.
Do I have to put the cars in my name? Like, let's say...
Robert, what are you doing? Hold on a second.
You're not allowed to skip title.
Robert, I want to talk about what your goal is, what you're actually doing. Are you truly buying them for yourself, or are you a collector, or do you want to make money? Hold on. Let's just talk truth. Nobody's going to get your name and look it up and try to complain. We'll talk turkey right after this. I thought it was 4. Maybe the 4th one is. I don't know, but we have to clarify it. Make sure that's the most recent, okay?
That's from 3 years ago.
Let me know.
What's from? What are you talking about, Dano?
How many cars you can sell in a year? This one said 3.
It's 4 in Colorado. But I don't think
even
there's
the tax
any.
issue. I mean, you got
I don't
to charge
even know
somebody
what
tax when you sell it.
would
and
stop
then
you
remit
from
the
more.
tax.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't have to pay it, but you got to charge.
Yeah, but you don't have to pay when you buy the car. You keep the car in inventory, never pay it, you sell it, and the customer pays it.
Right.
So, in essence, if you're keeping it in inventory, you're not paying tax.
Right.
Did you get any bites on your car?
A couple. I lowered it again.
What are you asking now?
I don't. 19.9, I think. 19.2.
What are you selling?
Okay, it's 4 seconds.
My
Mike's on.
Genesis.
Flexident of Colorado.com, the preferred way to have your dents fixed from hail or parking lot dings. Go to Flexident. I know them personally. They've been in business 20 years, and I think I've been endorsing them for 5 years with 0 complaints, glowing reviews, thousands of cars repaired. And when you have paintless dent repair done, it does not detract from the value at all. 303-619-6273. 303-619-6273.
You know there is no warranty left on that, right? Yeah.
Unless if I keep it.
Right.
It's in perfect shape, though, man.
Oh, wait. No warranty anymore because?
Second owner.
It's over 60,000.
But if it was under 60, it could be transferred?
Yep.
260.
That's why I
260.
usually sell it. Before 60. I found this little trailer park for sale up in Loveland. It's fucking small, man. Under $1 million.
Could you expand it? Well, that's got cabins
too. It's only 2.5 acres.
That's a good question. If you can expand.
How many spots does it have? How many trailers?
Like 8.
It also looks like they sell cabins too, right? Or rent cabins.
Okay, guys, mic's on. Are you looking for a good-looking cougar? I'm talking about the RV. Come on, you dirty mind. Century RV is the #1 cougar dealer in the country. That's right. New and used. You can go see them. SentryRV.com. 2 locations in Lakewood, just north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims next to Woodley, and up north on the 119 turnoff. They I-25 and 119 turnoff to Longmont. That's 303-453-1111. All kinds of new and used RVs and travel trailers. 303-453-1111.
Wonder how many. Okay. You know, the other thing is if the infrastructure's there, if you don't have 50, you know, running
you don't have water.
50 amp.
Cherry Cricket's burger? It's a fried Rieno on a burger.
What is?
That's nuts.
What is it?
I love different
The
kinds
4th?
of
What is it? When is it?
It's a fried Rieno.
No. When is it? The 5th? When
Is it next week?
It's the first. It's a week from Thursday.
Okay.
Next Thursday. Not this Thursday. Next Thursday.
Otherwise, you had said next Thursday.
There is a difference, Tom.
I know there is.
This Thursday is different than next Thursday.
Right.
No, next Thursday
Not
is this
technically.
Thursday. Next Thursday is this
No, it
Thursday.
isn't.
Next Thursday is next Thursday.
No, it's
Okay.
this Thursday.
You're right. You're right. The English language is wrong.
It's a diction thing.
It's all diction. When is the cutoff? We've had this discussion. When is the cutoff? Is it the day before, the hour before, the week before? Where is this magical cutoff?
No, this Thursday is the next coming Thursday, no matter when it is.
When's the next time you're going to use a bathroom? Is that the time after you're going to use a bathroom next time?
This is like every day like this, you guys.
Dan had black hair before he started here.
Then what is the Thursday after next?
I know in days it's... Yeah, that would be weird. I don't know.
I'm going to get in the next...
I can't wait for my next bottle of water. That's not this one. It's the one I have after this one.
Of course.
There's no common sense to that.
By definition.
No, but this isn't next bottle. This is this bottle.
No, that's what I'm saying. This one's not open. I can't wait for my next bottle of water.
That'll be that one.
Well, okay. Why
Because
wouldn't it
it's
be?
not-
Then how
it's not
about
open.
next?
Because
What
the
are we
week-
doing next
Once the
Wednesday?
week is open, it becomes this bottle. When the week is open.
What's tomorrow? Wednesday?
You asked me.
So if I say, what's going to happen next Wednesday?
Yeah.
That's a week from Wednesday?
That's right.
That makes no sense.
No, it does. Totally. Totally.
Seinfeld
When the
disagrees.
week is open. When the week is open, it becomes this.
I can't wait till I buy my next pair of shoes. That's not actually the next pair I buy.
No,
It's the pair after the
No,
next
In
one.
shoes, it's different. Just different.
Only in shoes.
No, in the English language.
I can't wait for my next haircut. Now, granted, that's not my next haircut. It's the haircut after my next.
You know, it doesn't matter what you say. It's how people use it. What difference does
Well,
it
it's
make?
not my fault.
You're not
People
gonna
interpret the English language
You're not gonna
incorrectly.
change it.
You should say the week after.
How about when
this
people
Wednesday.
say, my dog went to the bathroom? He didn't go to the bathroom. He went outside and took a shit on the lawn. How many people
No.
say, I have to go to the bathroom? No, you don't.
That
You
is the
have to make
dog's
a bowel
bathroom.
movement. But they say, go to the bathroom.
The earth
They
is
don't
the dog's
mean go to the
bathroom.
Wait, I'm looking.
Actually, it's not even a bathroom in most cases. It's a toilet.
I'm looking
because
it up.
There's no bathroom in Target.
I'm
There
calling.
is a
I'm
restaurant.
calling fake news. I think bathroom has a definition of taking a shit.
Well, yeah, now it does. That's the whole point, Mark. It becomes what it becomes.
So you should say the toilet room.
Actually, you got this right.
I just blew your argument out of the water. It's a colloquialism based on usage.
I don't believe in colloquialisms.
Based on usage. Well, we live with them.
I've yet to see one.
Hi, Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Listen, get your calls in. I promise I'm getting through these quickly. Now, Robert wants to know how many cars to be considered a dealer. What difference does it make? I think it's 3. We said 4, but Dan, are you sure it's 3 in Colorado to become a dealer? If you sell more than 3?
That's what I seen. 3. You know, that was from 3 years ago.
Well, it's 3 or 4. Here's the deal, Robert. What are you trying to accomplish?
Well, we come across these deals, and sometimes we like the car, and sometimes we like the car because it's a good deal.
Okay,
So-
and you like driving cars. If you buy cars on your own and you title them and use them and then you sell them, I would say there would have to be a complaint. The dealer licensing board would have to take that complaint and contact you, investigate, and even if you're selling more, it is an indication it's still subject substance over form, meaning if the substance is it's your car, then they're not going to bother with you if you're truly just buying cars.
So what if we buy a car or two, and then in 30 days we say, hey, you know, this one we don't like it.
Well, if you don't title it, that's called skipping title, and only a dealer can do that. Well, when I say do that, on new cars, you have to take it into inventory, and so no, then you would be a dealer. You're trying to scam the system in that case.
It'd be pretty hard to get caught, though, unless someone turns you in.
Well, yeah, but it's really risky because that would carry fines.
What if I sell them out of state?
If you buy cars here and sell them out of state, fine. You can do that all day long. Is that what you want to do? I mean, between you and me, do you want to just become a dealer, but you don't want to go through the hassle?
No, it's just in the last...
or do you want to dabble with cars to make money?
In the last 6 months, these opportunities came up. I don't think they'll last forever, but...
What kind of opportunity? Give me an idea.
My nephew, he does car auctions.
Yeah.
And so he turns me on to some great deals, and I like the car, and then, hey, after 6 months of driving or 6 weeks, I'm like, hey, this car ain't for me. I want to get a different one.
Okay. Technically, if you don't title that, you're in violation of the law.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, technically. So you have to decide how much outside the law you want to be. As Mark said, who's going to complain? But when they do, they don't take that lightly, just so you know. Okay? Now,
I don't know how it works with an auction.
Getting an investigation is a different story. You can call the dealer license board. They'll do crap about nothing. I mean, they're really, really useless. But if they happen to get off their ass one day by mistake and they find you, then they would do something. John, what do you have to comment on this? Go ahead, John.
So I love cars. I buy and sell cars as a hobby, but the state law states that you can only buy and sell 3 cars a year individually without having to either get a dealer's license or a wholesaler's license.
Okay, as a wholesaler, with a dealer or wholesaler, do you have to title it?
You do not. But if you're a wholesaler, you have to work through a physical dealership in order to resell that car. So you have to set up an agreement.
Okay.
Or you have to set up your own storefront as a dealer.
Okay.
So those are the things that happen with these situations.
Okay, so as a dealer, though, if you buy a car, John, and then you want to sell it, you hold it in abeyance. You do not title it.
That's correct.
And when you're holding it, what do you have to show your ownership if it's in someone else's name?
Well, it's through because of your license that you are allowed you're allowed that ability to hold that car and then resell it and pass
You're holding it in inventory, so you're not paying sales tax, and what you're doing is you're waiting until you sell it, then you charge the tax, or they pay it at their motor vehicle, right?
Correct.
Okay, but what you don't know what form it takes? I mean, do you have a dealer plate, or what do you do when you're holding the car in inventory?
Well, yeah, I mean, you're issued the dealer plates and cars in transit.
Okay.
But you don't have to title them.
Okay. And do you do this now, John? No, I think he hung up. But I think, Robert, he answered all the questions.
So what's the pain in the butt process to get a dealer license?
You know what? $50,000 bond. Pass a background check. Prepare a business plan.
Don't you have to have a location? You have to have a location to store for the cars.
Yep. Secure your retail location.
Yep.
Complete your DBA and name statement. Determine if you need to file corporation papers. So it's about it. I think you have to have, what, a $50,000 bond?
Yeah, 50 or more.
Or more.
You have to have a location.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, fair enough.
Hey, Robert, good luck to you. I mean, cars are very risky. Oh, my gosh. Some of the riskiest. Now, Wendy, what's going on?
Listen, we've got a contract going with Pack Rats, the moving company.
Yeah.
And the contract states that they would drop off the moving container today on the 23rd.
Okay.
So I called today just to make sure, see if they could give us a time frame. And they said, oh, yeah, it does state the 23rd, but we can't get it there till the 31st.
Oh no.
Yes, and we've
That's
got
a big deal. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
When it comes to moving, that could be a real estate closing or anything. So listen.
Exactly. We've got a. Yeah.
Did you put money down?
They have a credit card.
Okay.
You have to have a credit card.
But they didn't
down.
draw anything from it.
Not that I know of. Not to my knowledge.
Wendy, this isn't going to help you, but everyone, moving is one of the riskiest businesses. That's why we take it very seriously. We have great movers. We have, oh my God, amazing moves. One hell of a deal. If you want, Wendy, we can try to see if someone can take you on short notice. I mean, we can try, and because I don't think you'll have a problem canceling that. That's up to you.
And their contract probably has no. Their contract probably limits their damage to whatever you spent, which is 0.
Hey, you should try this in the bird feeder. This is a great one that came on. It says, mix cayenne pepper with the feed. Birds can't taste it. You should just try it, just see it. That seems like it says like a quarter cup per 10 pounds of cayenne pepper.
Did you watch that video of this woman? Screaming?
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah.
She's a lunatic.
I don't call them the squad. I call them the clan because they're just like the clan. They are nuts. They're nuts.